Over the course of February and a little bit of March, I have been live streaming building this Umbara Moc. Sadly, it was cut short by another live stream series that I'll talk about a little later. So today I want to show you guys this Umbara Moc. If you haven't seen the Umbara arc from the Clone Wars, then you definitely want to check that out before you get spoiled for this. But basically, my plan for the Moc was to have a road going through two sides of Umbara, where I have an ATRT being escorted by the 501st through Umbara. I wanted to include a really cool plant life, as well as some cool and interesting minifigures. So I'll start with the main pathway here, which I really like the use of these curved pieces to make it seem like it was layered underneath, like there was a pathway and then the nature of Umbara sort of covered over it. And my next favorite part is probably this plant, which I'll actually remove to take a deeper look into. This plant is actually made up of tire pieces. You can see a bunch of these small tires, and there's actually a rod going through them, so they all stay there, but you can sort of position them into different directions a little bit to give it that cool plant feel. I also added this red stud to the top, which I think adds a lot to the color, because basically the only pop of color that you'll see in Umbara. But I really like this plant because you can position it really well, and it's definitely one of my most creative parts of this build. And now I've, of course, included this really oversized ATRT from the 501st Battle Pack, the original one. It looks really nice. And I also have a jetpack trooper from that same Battle Pack jumping off using some of those like clear superhero jumping pieces, which I think is really cool. And I only include 1 to 12 because that's the only one I have, but I did add a couple attachments, and he's sort of falling behind another plant that I made there, like he's been shot by the 501st. And obviously I have Captain Rex in the front, but one of my favorite figures that I added was this older 501st, was actually from the original Umbara arc, like the clone style looks like this when all of the sets came out and when the show came out. So I think it's really cool to include this into the build. And overall, it's a really nice Moc. I want to know your thoughts down below. But of course, since this Moc is finished in the rest of March, I'm going to do a 7-part series, which I like to call the Bracket Awaken. Basically, I obviously have a bunch of figures lined up on the bracket, and I have 2 Mocs prepared for them that I build, and you guys decide which one is better. Of course, there's already been one part, which was Darth Vader versus Cal Kestis, and of course, Cal Kestis won, so he'll be advancing to whoever beats Bo-Katan and Mando, which is going to be tomorrow, Saturday, around noon. I'm very excited for that stream, so make sure you guys tune in. But with that, that'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing rest of your day, and see you all in the next one.